Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana did break out of this bullish pattern, descending, broadening wedge very recently here. That was a short-term breakout signal. It was a short-term upside signal, and so far the price is establishing itself above this level. At the moment, you know, I can't ignore all the stuff that happened before. I just can't. And for me, it remains a chart that, looking at it at the moment, is only doing or making lower highs. Of course, this can change, but I can't just change the outlook here just because we see a few green candles. Because if the overall context of the chart hasn't shown, let's say, bullishness yet, then I can't suddenly jump to the conclusion that things are changing here and things are suddenly starting to get better, really. So for me, the focus is still further towards the downside. Yeah, with Solana, my focus is still down until I see a clear signal. And there were two key levels that I talked about in my previous videos. One is the $34.50 level, which is this high here from the 5th of October. And then the $39 level. So 39 is more relevant than 34.50, but above 34.50 we can already look at some sort of more short-term upside potential all the way up to $39, and then above 39 then we open up possibilities all the way up to $48. But at the moment we are still stuck below this yellow line here. What is the yellow line? It is the it's the 50-day moving average, the simple moving average, the 50-day simple moving average. And that is a level where I highlighted to you that it will probably have some relevance for Solana, because Solana found resistance here before at exactly this level. And at the moment I can count this as a diagonal pattern to the downside. I wouldn't rule out that a low is already in. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. That's possible. Because I could just simply say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and counting each of these waves as a 3-wave move. That's entirely possible, and then we would have the low in. I might do that as soon as we get above 34.50, but at the moment, for me, it's just because the chart hasn't flipped bullish yet. I just can't, suddenly flip it, right? But as you know, there is usually always a bullish and a bearish scenario in a chart, and it's just important to know what are the key pivot points and what are the key decision points, and if the chart does X, what will be the implications for the larger context of the chart. And my view is above 34.50, it is at least worth looking more closely at the bullish count, and above $39 I might make it the primary expectation. So just to show you the bullish count would be that I would move those waves. I would have to count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th wave down here as complete. All those larger waves would end here. That would be the bear market low at $26.80 pretty much. And then we would be moving up here in from the, let me go to the 1 hour chart, and we'd be moving up in what I would then count as a leading diagonal wave 1, wave 2, and another 1, 2 setup. This would be a wave 3, this would be a wave 4, this would be a wave 5. I mean, we can label the bullish potential here, why not? Let's just do it. Here a 1, 2 setup, here the 3, 4, 5. But let me just change the degree. And then within this third wave, we've got a 1, 2 setup, 3, 4, ABC, possibly now already finished, and then a 5th wave that would complete wave 3 micro. Yeah, so pretty much like that. So this is the possibility that I think will get very likely. That would be also that will get very likely above $34.50, and even more likely above $39, considering that the low would then be in, and we're moving higher already. Okay, let me just make that maybe the smaller degree here in a different color so we can sort of distinguish them a bit better. And this would be sort of in line with what we see on the Ethereum chart, what we see on the Bitcoin chart, where we're also saying we're probably now in a wave 4, there'll be another 5 up, then there'll be another 4 and another 5. And then this would be a wave 1, you would consider that a wave 1. And then what happens afterwards is then really key, because yeah, you can get all the wave 1s in the world really. But the point is that it will really only be decided if the breakout is sustainable in the next retracement. And that would then be this sort of wave 2 retracement, oftentimes in an ABC correction, right? And you get your 5 waves up, you get your 3 waves down. As you can clearly see at the moment, we only have 3 waves up. As we have only 3 waves up, I can only, I can't really confirm a breakout here. Of course, the higher you go, the more likely it gets. But really, it's the knowledge about what are the key pivot points, and, after 5 waves, what does the wave 2 correction do? And there is never really a problem with possibly missing out, because if we now see an interesting move to the upside, which by the way we see on other coins as well, on other charts, and that was much clearer, okay? So, nobody should be missing out, because there were other very, very likely trade setups anyway around, which looked much better, and where we had a confirmed bottom, or not confirmed bottom in place already, but a pretty likely bottom in place already. But even if we make a wave 1 here and we get to whatever, 37, maybe even $39, then the next retracement is always the additional or the next entry point, yeah, and the next possibility for an entry. So and that is even less risk usually, because it will then give you a clearer indication if a confirmed bottom was in place. Because at the moment, anybody who's buying now, and I'm not telling you to do it or not to do it, yeah, it's your decision, but anybody who's buying now needs to know, you're just buying into green candles, and you're buying into a possible 3-wave structure. No confirmed 5 waves to the upside, so this could very well fail at 3 waves and break down. But my view is short term, this could still push higher. Yeah, no problem. Even in the bearish count, this could still push higher. And the key resistance level is here this previous wave 2 high at 33.50, and then 34.50, and then $39. Yeah. Maybe one more interesting aspect here. If we now lose, so if this is a wave 4 correction that we have here in yellow, as you can see, we've come down to the 38.2 retracement at $30.68, the ideal retracement for a wave 4. If we drop below the 50% level, the $30.17 level, then it will massively increase the likelihood of this move to the upside failing. Yeah, and then we have a target for wave 5 as well. Target for wave 5 in yellow. For that, we can take here the length of wave 1, and we add it to the low of wave 4 if it is already done. And then there's 2 targets. The first one is 32.42. I think that would be a very short one. By the way, we've reached that already. So to be honest, a wave 5 could already be in, even though it's not a very clear wave 5. So I'd like to see more. And the next target would be the 1.618 extension at 33.54. So yeah, that's my update about Solana. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.